Taurus, thanks for stopping by. All right, let's get into it. Hi Taurus. All right, so for anyone who's new, this is you in the past, present, within a month, back or forward, and this is the future. It looks like there's been some sort of conflict. It could be arguing with people or another person, or it could be some sort of like internal argument or conflict. You're very much in your head. So if this is internal, it's like it's heavily weighing on you, you know. If this has to do with someone else or other people, it almost feels like you're in this mental trap. I don't know if there's something with words, like you're trying to think of like comebacks or something like that. But this is, this is affecting you emotionally. It could also have to do with, I don't know, like almost like some kind of ending of a friendship or something like that. Or if it is in the workplace, it could be that if you're like on a team working on something, like there's an ending to that project because like there is no teamwork going on. I do feel like for some of you, this happened recently, so it's already in the past, because I'm feeling like the fighting has stopped for some of you, or whatever this conflict is. It doesn't have to be that severe, it could just be like, in the workplace, it's just, there's no like potential for teamwork in some way, maybe because of just different people's personalities, like butting heads, something like that. But it looks like you're either walking away from someone or walking away from the situation, because I just feel like it's gotten you down, and it's kind of like, to regain some sort of balance, you have to let it go or walk away or something to that extent. But it's interesting because you're not just, walking away from it, whether that's emotionally, mentally, physically. You're detaching from it, like you're completely letting it go and detaching from it, because it's been a burden to you. If this is something that, like an internal conflict, I don't even know that you resolved it. It doesn't even feel really resolved. What it feels like is like you've just decided to like let this go for whatever reason. It could be because emotionally, something about your emotions are almost blocking you from being able to, I'm getting rectify, like rectify the situation, or rectify, like just to have a solution, basically. Okay. The other thing I'm getting, not as strongly, is just chaos, like a lot of chaos, which is causing you to just be mentally, almost like you're just in your head because there's so much to do. It's like you're just trying to keep things like prioritized, like remember what's going on as far as like a schedule. It might be mentally draining, and then here, there's a release of that. Okay, so moving to the future. I just want to thank everybody who has liked, shared, and subscribed. Also, those of you who have left comments, I do appreciate it. All my readings are timeless, so feel free to peruse. I also do singles readings and career and finance if you're interested in that. Okay. I mean, you're definitely moving to better times here. Okay. So whatever was going on here, you are coming out of it. It's interesting because emotionally you're going to be much more like in balance for sure, but almost like control of your emotions, I'm getting. So I don't know if you just felt very out of sorts up here emotionally. And that doesn't mean like you're, at the office, like crying at your desk, right? It can just mean like, especially like if this was arguing, I mean, emotionally, everybody has different, like what they can handle, or what pushes them to the edge kind of thing, right? So you are definitely, once you release all this, you're just coming back to like best emotionally. You might be traveling, like you might have some sort of a trip planned or unplanned actually. You might just go on a spur of the moment, like getaway. You might feel like it's necessary or something is like pushing you to do that. You just like feel like you need distance from whatever this was that happened. If this was causing you to be in your head a lot or causing some sort of emotional strain, um, you're like coming back out. You might have been like in a hermit mode, maybe with friends or family because you were dealing with, you know, either chaos or arguments or emotional type stuff, or just in your head so much. The head thing, it feels like you had so much going on in your head that you really couldn't focus on anything else other than what was necessary. So you might start being social again. Yeah, and I'm getting this mental in your head. The mental strain will be gone. Okay, so then moving forward, I mean, you have the Sun card, so things are going to look really good moving forward. I feel like, okay, there's potential for either a new job or a promotion. Okay, either you're going to be super logical when it comes to this, or there's a need for logic to some extent. But I also feel like it's something that you've perhaps wanted, like you've had your eye on this position or this job or something like that. It could be what you have been like working towards in your career or close to it. It could be like just a couple steps down from what your goal is in your career. What else? It could be, for some of you, that whatever this was, you thought it was like your wish fulfillment and it turned out not to be. And that could be the reason for like this new job. But with the Sun card, it's like it's in your best interest. So even if it's upsetting or whatnot, you're gonna realize it is for your best interest. And there's, you know, things that you learn, whether that's skills or dealing with certain types of people or something. I don't know. I'm getting like, if you, let's say you want to become a manager or something like that, it's like dealing with certain people and seeing how different things, you know, conversations or the arguments, what trigger people, things like that. It taught you something that's going to help you become like a good manager, basically. That's just an example. Okay, so yeah, so it's almost like there's something that you wanted, maybe since you were young. So again, this could be something to do with a relationship, career, friendship. Interesting. I almost feel like one of the biggest things that you want is like friendship first. So even if we're talking about a career here and work, it's like you don't have to be best friends with the people, but you want like some sort of connection with the people you work with. It could be because you understand like the idea of teamwork, you know, and even if people don't fit together perfectly, it's like they're mature enough to, you know, find I don't know what this is, like find what works for everybody, you know. It's not really about being fake. It's about finding those things between all these different people, say in a job, where everything goes smoothly because everybody wants, you know, the same goal, right? Okay. There's definitely something about seeing things clearly or using logic. You could just be cutting out all these things from your life that don't serve you anymore, all the way back to childhood. So this could even be like someone you grew up with, you know, maybe you've been like best friends for 15 years and you're realizing like you have acquaintances that treat you better than this so-called best friend, like something like that. I just feel like you're cutting things out that don't serve you anymore. You might be worried about some sort of struggle, but you know, the thing is with the Magician, it's like not only do you have everything you need, but you're calling things into you. Like, I'm definitely getting that. And I think that's why I keep getting the past as well. There's a connection between the past and moving forward for you, when it comes to like people. I think that's how it feels. So it's almost like, even though you're calling things into you, it's almost like you have to release things from the past that aren't going to help you achieve your goals. I think you're realizing what has led to struggles in your life, or who has. I'm getting people very strongly, you guys, so that's why I keep mentioning it. There's just certain people, it's not like it's like they've held you back in some way, or something with their energy. Like, you've been so busy helping others that, you know, your own life hasn't gotten to where you want it. And also, at this point, if you're still looking back on, you know, this conflict, there's something about like, you know, yes, you walked away, but not uninjured, or something to that effect. But you're gonna get through it. And it's like you recognize that it was necessary. Okay, so for you, all right, I feel like you're really good at multitasking, for sure. I think typically your emotions are very grounded, and that's probably why I was getting all this emotional stuff. It's almost like if there's any kind, even a slight imbalance to your emotions, like you feel it. I feel like you're also a very go with the flow person typically. You can probably handle a lot of fluctuating with your emotions or with life. And I'm also getting like, even though you kind of go with the flow, you don't procrastinate. I also think you're very good at like deflecting any kind of negativity that comes at you. Like, this conflict, if this was with other people, I think that's what really caused you to be in your head and like this emotional stuff, because typically you're so good at just not letting it affect you. All right, Taurus. Well, I hope this helps someone, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks.